This is Sam Drinks Beer, and this is a beer review. So, the other day, I decided to do my food shop at Asda for a change, and I've noticed they have released a new craft beer range. Now, in the past, Asda have been sort of lagging behind a bit, really, in the sort of supermarket craft beer wars. You know, Tesco's obviously have a very good range, as do Morrison's, Sainsbury's are getting there as well. But Asda have always been a bit behind, a bit poor. They've, they've had obviously your sort of standard like brewed up punk IPA, and they've had sort of your real ale type beers, and a few bad co ones I think they've had in the past as well. But other than that, they haven't really had much in the way. But I noticed, some beers from the likes of Salt, Siren, Harbour, and Kirkstall, I think, with the other one as well. I think there was a Magic Rock one as well. I know they're not craft, but yeah. So the one I'm reviewing today is the hop, a single hop series Mosaic beer from Salt. I'm guessing it's a pale ale. It doesn't actually say the style on the can, but it just says hazy hoppy. It's not high enough ABV to be an IPA really at 5%. So I'm gonna get sort of like a New England style pale ale. So it's just hopped with Mosaic. From what I've seen, this has been getting some pretty mixed reviews. So I'm interested to see if it is as poor as a few people have made out. Salt are usually a pretty sort of, solid, reliable brewery, quite commonly available in supermarkets. I know Tesco have a good range. You sort of know what you're going to get with Salt. It's usually just sort of like a solid sort of pale ale. I'm sure they do other styles as well, but the ones in supermarkets tend to just be sort of various pale ales and IPAs. But they're always sort of solid, decent beers. They're based in Saltaire in sort of Bradford way, near Saltaire Brewery, funnily enough. And I think they're an offshoot of Osset Brewery. So, yeah. Let's get this open and poured. A little bit of that sort of sweaty sort of grapefruit Mosaic smell as you open it. Smells okay. Go into the glass. The body looks a bit thin, I must admit. Sort of murky, sort of dark orange. It's not the most aesthetically pleasing pale ale I've ever seen, I must say. It's a bit of a sort of almost a little bit of a dishwater sort of look to it, really, isn't there? Decent head retention. About a finger or two of white head. Yeah, sort of getting a bit of grapefruit, a lot of sort of stone fruit sort of flavours as well coming off the smell. Quite peachy. A little bit of orange maybe. There's like a strong sort of peachiness, sort of. Yeah, it smells okay. Decent enough smell. Let's dive into this. Well, it's very thin and watery, as I thought it looked when I poured it, I must say. There's a weird flavour as well. It has got a sort of grapefruity taste like sort of expected, but it's like a weird. Have another go. It's just like an odd, really odd flavour in there. It's quite refreshing, I'll give it that. But there is an odd flavour in there. Sort of bitter, quite bitter. It's like almost a sour, nice flavour, sort of sour, like flavour really. It's which I wasn't expecting. I won't say it's necessarily unpleasant. But the body is pretty crap. But it's sort of almost a bit like sour orange juice. Yeah. Honestly, the body is absolutely appalling on this. I mean, the body is similar to the non-alcoholic Cloudwater beer I did a few weeks. Like, now I've got a pass for its body because it's non-alcoholic, but there's no excuses really in a 5% pale ale. You know, okay, you're not going to expect it to be super thick like a tipper, but I mean, you'd expect it to at least have a bit of mouthfeel to it, but it's literally got a consistency and feel of sort of water. Like, it's not super carbonated either. It's like a weird sort of ripe, overripe sort of fruit taste. Oh. It's all orange and grapefruit. A bit of weird sourness and not getting blown away by this one, and I can see why it's got getting the mixed reviews it's getting. I don't think it's as terrible as some people are maybe making out. It's just not particularly great, and the salt do far better supermarket offerings. I mean, I had a Hookerback the other day. That's a nice New England IPA. Alright, it's got a slightly stronger ABV at 0.5% more. They do, I mean, what else do they do? Salt, they do Jute, that's okay. They've got a Citra New England IPA Junior. I think that's in Sainsbury's. I haven't had it from Sainsbury's, but I've had it from, well, I think possibly from Honest Brew or somewhere. But yeah, it's just a bit meh. And £3 a can it was at. It was actually on a deal. I think it was buy 4 get the cheapest one free. So I suppose it's a decent deal, but is this beer worth £3? I mean, I don't think it. I think there are better beers you can get in sort of like cheaper, like, you know, sort of like the 4 for £6 offers at Tesco's. I know they're slightly smaller cans at 330s, but like, pardon me. I think a lot of people are sort of wondered if Asda are sort of putting sort of bashing them down a bit, these breweries, and getting them to sort of sell them as cheap as possible, make these beers especially exclusively for them at the sort of cheapest price possible, and that's affecting the quality. Some people are saying perhaps Asda are not looking after the beers properly. I mean, obviously they're on an ambient shelf, but some say they're left in sort of sunlight by the delivery men. I do think Asda are in a bit of a position where they are playing catch up a little bit with the other supermarkets. And this release does sort of almost feel like a bit of a rushed release. Perhaps. I don't know. It did seem quite sudden and out of nowhere, this sort of range of beers coming into Asda. Like, obviously Tesco are often quite sort of strategic and sort of measured in their approach to releasing supermarket beers. I know they've got Derma behind them, who obviously does a great job of sort of announcing them and staggering the releases, etc. So there's, based on this, I've got a couple of other beers from them from Asda in the fridge to see. So, you know, it might just be this one that's a bit mediocre. But yeah, it'll be interesting, you know, to see if Asda improve it, I could get to the sort of the level that Tesco and Morrison's are at in terms of their craft beer range. The beer, to rate it, 3 maybe, 2.75, maybe not 2.75, 3. Like I said, it's drinkable. Nothing special, pretty average. 3 out of 5 on Untappd, I think, for this. I'd have it again if it was given to me. I probably wouldn't go to Asda out of my way to buy it again, but I'd drink it again if I had to. But it's pretty average, terrible body. Flavours are a bit meh. Just 3, possibly 2.75 even. I'll decide when I post it on Untappd, but it's nothing special. I wouldn't rush to Asda to buy one of these by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, it's been a review of the single hop Mosaic beer, the Hop, by Salt Brewing Company, or Beer Factory I think they're called actually, in Saltaire. Yeah, like this, check out my other videos. Give me a like, subscribe, comment. Follow me on Instagram, SamDrinksBeerYT. Add me on Untappd, SamDrinksBeer93. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.